We're going to start in just 1 minute. Hey everyone, this is Katie of Greenland Quilter. Nope, I'm not so hyper today. Sorry. Anyway, Sherry's here to help me with the live, and Nikolaj's down there. He's going to continue to work on the corner garage, right?
Yep.
Okay. So he'll be working on that and he'll be showing you where he is. So let me say hey to everybody in the chat that's already here. And then I'll tell you what we're going to talk or what I'm going to do. But I'm going to introduce Sherry first. So Sherry, tell them about your channel and yourself.
Okay. Well, my channel is Sherry Urton, my quilting world, and I'll spell my name because everybody wouldn't know. It's C-H-E-R-I. Last name is Y-U-R-T-I-N. And I started getting serious about doing a channel in the summer, but then this fall is when I started really putting it more together in my head and what to do. I like to teach. I like to share. And that's one reason why I wanted to start the channel. I wanted to be able to share, have a community to share the same things I like, and to learn off of everyone else too. The people who would watch my channel and the people that I watch their channel. So it's on its way. I'm working on it. So
I think you're going to be a big hit.
Yeah. So I appreciate everything you guys have done. So
yep. So let me say hey to everyone in the channel, and then y'all don't do the poll yet, okay? Let me talk about what that's about, along with what we're going to do tonight or try to do tonight. We're going first. Let me just say hi to the people who are already in here. Hey Pat. Hey Sherry. Hey Lori. Hey Judy. Hey Shelby. Yep, I've been really sick. Nikolaj started out being the sick one. You know, we've been married 14 years, and my husband's been sick, you know, just like any normal person gets sick, but I have never, in the 14 years we've been married, seen my husband lay in the bed for 24 hours. Whatever this is we have, it's kicked our butts. So, you know, I've slept with him, so I caught what he had. But it started out with him not feeling good, and then he was coughing. He had this little annoying little cough for a couple of days, and then he laid down and said he didn't feel good. And I'm like, okay, that's not normal, because he never says stuff like that. And when I felt of him, he was on fire. And so he ran a high fever for over 12 hours, and I was giving him medicine every 4 hours. Yeah, I can't think straight, so y'all ignore me. And he coughed and hacked, and the coughing was crazy because it was, you know, I knew it was causing pain because I've had the same cough and it hurt. And then after the next morning, we finally got the fever broke, and then about 10 hours later, I had the fever. So I don't know what it is. I've been vaccinated against both COVID and influenza, so it could have been either one of those. If it's COVID, we're not unaware because we don't have any COVID kits in our house, so we wouldn't know anyway, but we never left the house, so that's good. All right, so anyway, he's on the mend. He still has a cough. My fever broke yesterday morning, but I'm having a little harder time because, as most of you know, I'm an asthmatic with bad lungs, and so my immune system's not like his. So if I seem shaky or out of sorts, you'll just have a little grace, please. But I wanted to come on for a little while, and Sherry's here to help. And if I get tired and I say I'm going to call it, that means I'm done. So let's see what happens. So first, I'm going to talk about the poll and about tomorrow morning. The poll, I'm going to audition. I need some help. some feedback from you guys. I'm trying to come up with a certain color yellow to go with blues and grays. And I have 4 different yellows. Now, when you look at the yellows, I don't know based on what the camera's going to see whether you can tell the difference. But I'll show you the solids first of all 4 of them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to audition each of those colors with a dark blue and a gray by putting them in like a 4-patch so you can see. And then on the pole, I'm going to tell you this is color number 1, color number 2, color number 3, color number 4. Now, what I'm going to ask for is which of the hues of this yellow do you think works the best with the combination of blue and gray? Now, these blue and gray colors.
This is pretty.
Yeah, so they're all of these blues and grays. This is just a sample of all the blue and grays I'm going to use in this quilt I'm going to make. Okay, I'm just trying to find the right shade of yellow to go with it. I mean, I could use an off-white, but I kind of want to put, I don't know, a little pop in there, and yellow would be that pop instead of off-white. So I'll show you that in just a second. We'll start that in a minute. So don't do any, don't vote. Not yet. I have to show you the yellows first, okay? The next thing I was going to talk to you about is tomorrow morning, I'm doing a live with Sean, and you probably heard, if you watched Sean's live this morning, him and Sherry talked about it this morning, about the live that we're doing tomorrow for Star Climber pattern by Fat Quarter Shop. So let me go find the Star Climber pattern so you can have a look at it. I should have had that already up here, but
you want me to look? Oh, I don't have the pattern though.
Yeah, hang on. I know where it's at. I'm
okay.
Already got Fat Quarter Shop up. I just got to get it up here where I can get to it. Hold on, guys.
Say hi to everyone. There's Chloe and Goldenon, Mary, Donnell, Irish Sally Lady 1.
That would be Linda.
Uh-huh.
Go back, mom, girl.
Matthew, Pat. I said hi to Pat earlier in that.
Okay. All right. I'm going to share the link for the Star Climber, and I'll share it more than once tonight. So anyone who doesn't have it already can go and get it if they're going to sew with me and Sean. It's called Star Climber. It's a free pattern by Fat Quarter Shop. And when you go to this link, all you have to do is click download. You don't even have to sign in or anything to the website. You just click download and it automatically downloads to either, I don't know if you're going to use your phone or if you're going to use a computer, but it should download straight to you, whatever it is you're using. So here's the link. And then I will share the screen so you can see what it looks like. Let me download it again. All right, hold on. Sorry, guys.
I'm looking forward to doing this with
Me
you
too.
guys.
I think it's going to be fun, and I'm going to show you the paper because it came.
Okay.
It had been here for what, 5 days, babe?
What?
The Fat Quarter Shop stuff.
Yeah.
And then Nikolaj got sick, and then we had the blizzard, so we didn't go and get it until 3 days ago, I think it was, or 2 days ago. Something like that. I don't remember. I can't keep up with time anymore. Okay, so what I'm going to do, is everybody okay in there? Because I'm just going to share the screen. Yep, I'm just going to share the screen, y'all, so you can see what we're going to be looking at.
Okay.
Can I please have the screen?
No.
He's not letting me have it. Oh, there we go. It's because I can't think. That's what it is. Okay. All right. Can everyone see this? Can you see that, babe?
Oh, that is pretty.
Yeah. So this is what we're going to be working on, and I can blow it up just a little bit so you can have a closer look. Maybe. Hold on. All right. So basically what you're going to be making here is uh courthouse stairs and what is called the woven star. I'm going to do it based on how the pattern is written, where you can use foundation paper piecing. And I have already received the paper came in a few days ago, and then Nikolaj picked it up 3 days ago for me from the post office. So I'm going to do it that way, but Sean is going to do it the traditional way. So he's going to do it, you know, the way most people learn how to do courthouse stairs. Now, this is the first time that I will even be doing courthouse stairs. I've never made a courthouse stair block. I've never done a woven star either. So it's going to be fun because I chose to do the smaller block and I must be crazy.
Well, at least you have the paper piecing.
But I didn't want to make a big one. I thought it would make a nice wall hanger, or she's calling it a table, Kimberly called it a table topper, but I don't have tables to put. And it looks like it's going to be, I don't know, about this big. So it should be great for hanging up as a wall hanging, or I can hang it in, you know, in the sewing room when I'm wanting to show something off, or, you know, whatever you want to do with it. Okay, so tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when it starts. I can't guarantee you how effective I'm going to be tomorrow. Probably not very much, but I will do my best. I'm trying to think what else. You can use scraps to do this with. I'll show you what I'm going to use for my background. I forgot to bring it in here. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, I was looking at I have a layer of fat quarters over there. I'm thinking, ooh, would that work? But I don't know if there's enough color variation in it. It'd be good in the background in some of them, but I might have to put other fabrics with it to get a different combination.
Well, from the size of I sit and did wrote out on the pattern. Okay, let me go back to the pattern for a minute. I'm going to go back and share the screen so we can talk about the pattern a little bit since you brought that up. Here's the thing about the pattern. You can use scraps to make this pattern, and I'm going to show you why I say that. If you even if you do the 4-inch or the 6-inch, it doesn't matter which one. These pieces are small enough that you can actually, you know, use what you have in your scrap pile. So for the table topper, which I'm calling the wall hanger, you're only going to use scraps for the prints, 2.5 yards for the background for the table topper, 3 5/8 yards for the lap quilt. You're going to use 3/8 of a yard for the border, or 5/8 of a yard for the lap. You're going to use 1/2 yard of binding for the table topper, or 5/8 of a yard for the lap. Backing will require 2 3/4 yard for the table topper, 3 7/8 for the lap. Now we're going to go down here and I'm going to show you what I mean about what you have to cut. If you use it gives you directions on if you use 4-inch paper or 6-inch paper. Now Sean might have to explain what he did or what size blocks he made, because he's going to do it the traditional. But since I'm going to do the smaller one, you need 200. This is what you need for background. This is for the woven star. Okay, yeah. For the woven star, you're going to need 246 3-inch squares. That's for the background. For the scrappy prints, you're going to need 328 2-inch by 3-inch. Now, this is for the 4-inch, you guys. And then it tells you that you need 4-inch woven star. Now, if you're going to do the 6-inch one, you would need 246 of the 3 3/4-inch squares and 328 of the 2 1/4 by 4-inch rectangles. So there's really not a lot of homework here to do as far as cutting fabric if you cut it this way. Now, I will ask Sean how he's going to explain, you know, these measurements since he's doing it traditional. He may have a different way of doing it. As far as the courthouse stairs, it's pretty self explanatory. You're going to need 80 1¼ by 4" rectangles for the background. You're going to need 80 1¼ by 2¾ rectangles and 80 1¼ squares. That's all for the background. Now for the scrap prints, this is where you can dive into your scraps. You would need 80, 80, 80, and 40. And you'll have to have 1½ by 5¼ 1¼ by 4", 1¼ by 2¾ and 1¼ so it's just a bunch of cutting. That's all you have to do to get it all ready to go to sew. So I have a feeling with the courthouse stairs part of it, this is probably going to be the same as what Sean would probably do anyway. Wouldn't you think so, Sherry?
Yeah. On the rectangles, that's a square like a rectangle or anything. Oh,
Yeah.
on the courthouse squares, there's no rectangle, no half square triangles. Yeah, he
I
would
would
do
think
this.
that's self-explanatory there. It's probably going to match measurement for measurement, probably.
Yeah, because by the time you trim your piece on your paper piecing, it's the same 1/4 inch,
Yeah.
measurement.
Yeah,
that
because
they
the
allow.
1/4 inch seam is involved in these papers, so
Yeah,
it should be the same. So really the only hard part, or the part that's going to need explanation, is the half square triangles and what size squares he's going to cut to make the half square triangles so that it's the right size for that particular block. Now I do know he's doing the 6-inch one, and so over here it's the same thing. It's just a slight variation of sizes for the 6-inch, so it's pretty simple to follow. And the way Fat Quarter Shop set it up for the cutting, telling you how to cut it, it's very efficient. You should have no trouble understanding any of this part of it. Now tomorrow, I'm going to ask him to take the lead on showing us how he's going to do the traditional. And then if there's enough time, I'll show you how to do the paper piecing. Because I think it would behoove everyone who doesn't want to use the paper to see how he's going to do it traditionally. And then I can show you. I'm not an expert at this because I'm learning, and this is very small, so it'll be fun watching me try to do this. We'll see if I have lost my mind. I do have 6-inch of this, and if I discover that I cannot do this small of one, I can switch to the 6-inch and then just reorder 6-inch of this one. And
That's
by the time I get all of these made, this should be here, maybe.
Yeah, even
by the time we have the next live anyway.
Yeah, even if they want to, when they're cutting, like for the paper piecing, if you cut your width, like let's say your background, if you cut this is an example. If it's 1½, if you cut 1½ inch strips, you could trim them. You could cut them to a size. You waste more fabric.
Yeah, you can trim down basically. Yeah.
Yeah, to the length. That way it will save you in additional cutting at that, to be prepared, that you can just get the width and then trim.
Yep, exactly. So if you're going to do it and you're not sure how you're going to do it, just come watch us tomorrow. I mean, we're going to be meeting once a month. The next live will be on his channel, and because we're going to be rotating back and forth, and we are not going to get in a really huge hurry to get this pattern finished, because we don't want anyone to feel like let's hurry up and get it done, and then you drop the ball and say, well, I don't have time for this. I just don't have time for it, and I want to do it, but you put it aside and you forget all about it. Let's don't do that. If by going slow, I get that some people like to hurry up and get things done, but I'm trying to say, hey, let's slow down a little bit. Let's enjoy the process. Let's not spend so much time worrying about, I need to hurry. Let's not do that. Let's just have fun.
Yeah.
Look
And
at
what's
that.
nice is that with you and Sean showing it tomorrow, ones that haven't thought about doing it, they can watch. And if it interests them, then they have time to get the papers and get the materials ready, and they
Yeah.
can watch the replay and start.
Exactly.
They did say that, which we knew, that the 6-inch was out of stock at Fat Quarter Shop.
On the woven star or on both of them?
I think on both of them, but
Uh-oh.
and look at you have the booklet, you have the papers. It
Yep.
says down at the bottom what company, and you can go there and they have them. We did.
It's soemma.com. I didn't
Yeah.
even know that was a web page. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean and I looked it up this morning to see, and
Here, let me put it in the channel. It's
okay, that way
www.
it's alternative.
Man, I cannot. Hang on a minute. Switching glasses. Well, I can't see that any better anyway. Oh, there's stuff on the glasses.
I
Mhm.
There's something on these other glasses.
Chloe, is that 6-inch paper that they're out of? Is that for both blocks or just one? And if so, which one? At the Fat Quarter Shop?
I would like to do the FPP, but I cannot afford. The papers are 10. Oh, uh-oh. Does the pattern give us the option of printing them on paper or tracing onto freezer paper?
You want me to look it up?
No, Andrea, but let me email you, okay? These were $10. So I spent a total of $20 is what I spent for the two. Now I don't know if they're the same price over on. Wow, I can really see something now. Wow. It's like, who? I can see that.
Now, one thing is I want to say, Katie, is that if with that, they want to keep at least one sheet aside, because
Okay.
if you mess up, which we do, you can
You can scan this into your
you
printer.
can scan it or copy it for yourself, for your
Yeah.
own personal
In fact,
use.
I will do that. I'll scan it into my printer. That way I have it. Both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah,
And that's a good thing to say. I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
It's because I've done that. Been there, done that.
Yep. Chloe says it's just a woven star. Okay. All right. So I shared the link for the papers. Andrea, I'll drop you an email about what you asked about. And before I forget, this is the back. This is batik, you guys. So you're not surprised, are you?
No.
I'm going to do this woven star in batiks. I just cannot help myself. So this is going to be my background, which I've been using on other things at the same time, because I started out with 11 yards of this batik.
That'll be
So, and I'm still working on one of I had ordered it twice. So I ordered like 7 yards, one go around, and I think I ordered 6 the other go around. So I'm still working on one of them, using it up. The other is I'm going to drag out all my batik scraps, and we're going to go from there, and I'm going to make it.
That would be nice. That will be very pretty.
So all this background, I can go ahead and pre-cut and not have to
Yes.
worry about it from here on out. It'll all be done and ready to go. And I just have to pull all of my batik scraps out, because I have 3 or 4 canisters or containers full of different sizes. And all I'll need to do is make sure that they fit the size that goes with these papers,
Yeah.
and just go on from there.
Yeah.
And I'll make it it'll be scrappy, except it will have the background. So,
yeah, that'll be nice. So you could do your strips and the width if you want, just to cut a few just to
get
through
started.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut enough to make a couple of blocks, because I'm already tired, believe it or
Right.
not.
Absolutely.
And we knew this was going to happen. So I'm just going to go as easy the next couple of days, but try to stay on task.
Well,
with
Sean, if
everything.
he's
So we
doing
might
the
not get much
piecing,
sewing done tonight, I don't think, but I am going to talk about this. We're going to do an audition that I need your help with. And then I'm going to tell you how these lives are going to work starting next week. So you kind of, I don't know how many of you went and looked at my blog with my plan, my outline. If you have not been there, I can share the outline of what 2025 is going to look like. Yes, 2 days of my lives were taken out because of me being sick, but the 2 days were January, not February. This plan starts for February. So, having said that, if you want to see what my plan is for 2025, I can reshare the link, or I could post it on the community tab, or I can post the link over on the community tab. And I think I've already posted it in the Greenland Quilter page, I think, on Facebook. Can't remember. But anyway, we're going to talk about that in a minute. What were you going to say, Sherry?
no, Andrea had said that you can do it onto freezer paper, print
Yep.
it on either light box or print it,
Yeah.
and then you don't have to do any gluing or pinning. I guess you just have to, when you fold it,
What you do, you should fold it, and then when it's folded, you sew along the edge without touching it with your needle. I've done it with sugary dew, and it is interesting. But once you get the hang of the task, or the skill itself, it's not so terribly hard, and you can reuse that same piece of paper over and over until it's worn out.
I think I'll try it. It's always good to try something new. At least
And I do
once.
know that you can actually buy freezer paper, printable freezer paper.
Yeah, you can, huh?
Yeah, you can. And I think I've even seen it on Fat Quarter Shop's website. Now I'm kind of curious, okay, how do you run it through a printer without the slick side getting
It just runs through. I have had it before, the freezer
Oh,
paper.
okay.
It just runs through with no
It doesn't
problem.
get stuck or nothing.
No, the only problem is if you print on the wrong side. But
Yeah, oh boy, what a mess, right?
yeah, I've been there.
Oh, that's too fun. So, but I want to do the audition first. I don't know how many's in
Okay.
here right now, but hopefully enough to help me with voting. If you voted, will you please go unvote? Because somebody voted up there. I don't know who. There's nothing to vote on. All I did was say color 1, 2, 3, and 4.
They're voting that they would vote.
They voted, and I appreciate that, but you don't even know what I'm voting on yet. I'm not trying to be a smart butt. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just like, you can't vote if you don't know what you're voting on. All right, so hang on. I'm fixing to label these yellows. So you'll, oh, that's sticky. And I'm going to stick a pin in here so we don't lose it. And of course, that has the sticky side up. Of course it does. This is 2. And the paper that I wrote the numbers on are yellow too, which is going to be hilarious. Okay, I'm trying to audition. Here's what I'm doing. I'm trying to decide which shade or hue of yellow will work best with these blues and grays that I'm going to show you in just a minute. I've already showed it once time, but I'm gonna re-show it. Okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to make a friends, which is a husband and wife team, a beautiful quilt for their bed.
Aww.
In appreciation for, they have been my friends since 1994, both of them. We met on internet relay chat when internet first became a thing, and we have stayed friends all of this time. So that means we've been friends for 30 years.
Wow. In
the 30 years, the last time I saw them was in person was 1998. Now we've talked on videos and stuff like that, but we just haven't seen each other. Nikolaj has never met them in person, and he's known them 25 of those 30 years.
Wow.
So, when we come back to the States, our little butts are going on a road trip to Syracuse so he could finally meet Michael and Melanie. And I'm hoping when we make that road trip I'll have this quilt ready to take with me. I'm gonna find me a
Drop it off at my house and I'll
I was
have
just
get
gonna
it
say, I
ready
want to
for you.
talk to you. Yeah, I want to talk to you.
I'll
about
get
that.
it ready for you.
I already had
that.
you in mind. Okay, let me show you the yellows first. Can everybody tell the difference between all 4 yellows? Put a heart in the chat if you can tell the difference between all 4 of them. That's the first question. Hearts if you can see the difference between all 4 of them. Or a hand up. Hey, Maritza. And I hope I said your name right.
Maritza, yeah.
It's either Maritza or Marissa. I don't know which. Debbie says yes.
Yep.
I can see the difference in the camera. Shelby says yes. Everybody's saying it. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blue and wait a minute, where's the gray? Just ignore the print, okay? I'm just interested in how the yellow is going to look with the dark blue and the gray, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 4 patch. There's 2 of each one of these colors so that I can do this. And then after we've gone through all 4, I want you to remember, okay? And we're going to decide on which yellow works best with this blue and gray. There's different shades of the blue and gray, as you can see. So you'll see what we're working with. So it's light and darks, basically. It's just, some of this gray might look more like blue, maybe. Like that looks like blue to me. To me, it looks gray. But you see what I'm saying? This is what we're working with. Okay, so what I'm going to do is when I make the first 4 patch for you to look at, I'll say I used yellow number 1. And then when I do the second one, it'll be yellow number 2, yellow number 3, yellow number 4. And then after you've seen all 4 of these auditions, then you vote. So whoever voted, please go take your vote away. Baby.
You forgot to sing Yellow Submarine.
We are don't
What's this?
really, honey? You always do that. Stuck on a song.
We all
Yellow submarine.
Yellow submarine. Yeah.
Submarine.
Thank you. Now
Thanks
it's
a
gonna...
lot. You are so funny, my love.
There we go, moment with me, honey.
Nope, there isn't.
We need to mic him.
Yep, I need to buy a mic. I'll get around to getting a
Now,
mic.
see, that's one thing in your package I could.
Yeah, we need a mic.
Yeah, I have an extra one that's I'll look at it.
Okay.
And send it. Hopefully it'll work for you.
That would be nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for thinking of that.
I got room in that package.
Dave,
yeah.
Take a look at
Rita says Niko started it.
I know it's in the back of my head now. Oh, Math Geek says hear him just fine.
She's brought the orca up again. We're still on the orca thing. You better not bring that orca out. I'm gonna arrest that orca.
I don't know how the orca. I think you still have it.
Katie, could you spotlight yourself? They want to know if you could spotlight yourself so that they can see.
Yep, I can do that. No problem. Should I make these smaller so they can see them all at once or no? Or do them one at a time?
Lift it up a little bit.
Would that be okay like that?
That's fine. Because then you don't have to recut or anything.
Yeah, I kind of want to cut them, but I can fold them. All right. Okay, now I'm spotlighted.
You could cut them in fours. Half and half.
No,
but you don't have to.
I don't want to cut them because I'm actually going to be using 5-inch blocks.
Yeah, I would.
So no cutting here. But I could fold them. If needed. Okay.
Do what is easiest for you.
Yep. So I'm just gonna kind of pile them on top of each other, but you'll be able to see where they work with each other. Okay.
That's good. I have to ask, Math Geek, do you mind saying what your name it? Your first
Her
name
name is Shelby.
Shelby?
Yep.
Okay. Then I can call you, say Shelby.
Shelby Sherry Shelby. I find it hard calling people their channel names. I would, it's
Oh,
funny. You have
I
some
know.
channel. You have some. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. You have some channels owners who don't like calling people, but by their channel name. I've seen that. It's like they don't want to be so something personal, I guess.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
maybe
why
that's
would you
it.
want to learn someone's name? Because then you're more personal with them,
Mhm.
and they'll be more likely to come back to your channel.
Yep. That's why
At least that's my take on it.
Yeah, I spell out my name because my spelling for my first name and my last name is very different. So
Yeah. When a lot of us, because we're an older generation, a lot of us started out when IRC was so new, and you didn't want to use your real name because you didn't know if people were going to
yeah,
do bad things,
yeah, that's true.
But now yes, internet's still dangerous. I get that. But it's not as scary as it used to be. Put it that way.
Someone ought to look up Google your own name, and you'll be surprised. You think that it's quiet and everything's private. It'll either show when you graduated, maybe show a picture of your graduation picture or band picture. It'll somewhere along the line you're on Google.
The thing with my name is that, because first of all, most people don't even know what if you're on my Facebook, then you know what my maiden name is. But Katie is not my given name. Kathy's not my given name. And some will say, well, I bet I know what it is. And yeah, you can say it's Catherine, but you get the lucky job of figuring out which spelling of Catherine it is. And then you're going to discover, well, let's do Catherine Oglesby in Florida. Well, guess what? There's more than one Catherine Oglesby in Florida, and the other Catherine Oglesby's not me.
Hey, we have somebody from Ireland. You have somebody from Ireland.
Hey there, Irish.
No, this is Marin Irwin, Maran.
Sounds like Marin. Okay, does this look? Wait a minute.
Northern Ireland.
Does this look too confusing?
It looks pretty together.
All right, I'm gonna tell you where the numbers is. This is number 1.
Okay.
Number 2. Now remember, I'm using different shades. This is the lightest, next lightest. Then it gets that up here's number 3, and this is number 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm looking for is which yellow do you think works the best with this blue and gray?
Can we have two choices?
Huh?
Can we have 2 choices?
2 choices? You can only vote once, woman. Hey, the idea is for me to figure out. Well, actually, okay, listen. The only one I don't have in yardage is this one. I only have 42 charm squares that came in a charm pack of this one. The other 3 are actually in yardage. So I have enough yardage that if I did do more than one hue of yellow, I could get away with it. It's this one I would not have enough of if it only has 42. So I would have to use this in tandem with something else, with another yellow. So keep that in mind. So I don't know if that thing will let you vote more than once. Maybe it will. Oh, this is bouncing around here.
I'm going incognito.
So let me tell you again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
Hey, don't confuse them. No comments from the peanut gallery over there.
Do it on me.
It won't let
You
me
should be
vote.
able to change it, Andrea.
Yeah, she
Number
can.
one, I think in number one is too light also, especially because of this gray. So hit the poll now. I need to see what percentage are saying what for what, okay? The poll is going to help me make decisions. Now, if you guys think I should use more than one, I tell you what you do the poll. We'll see what the two highest numbers are. And then I'll ask your opinion of those two next, okay? Maybe I could use two of them in tandem throughout this quilt. It doesn't have to be one color of background, because this is going to be the background the yellow is. 3 is more yellow, 4 is more gold. Yes. How do you get back to the, oh, click up. You should be able to see it at the top of your chat.
Yeah, she can hit on poll.
She might be on her phone. Are you on your phone, Andrea? Uh-oh, the poll is behaving oddly. Oh no, come on, don't do that. June says she can't get back to the poll.
Oh.
Y'all want me to reset the poll and start again? If you want me to reset, I tell you what we do. Let me reset the poll, and here's what I'll do. I'll put color number 1 and just color number 2. Y'all vote on the two colors first. And then
they're kind of putting their
we'll
number
put
down.
color number 3, second poll. And then when I get the highest number from that second poll, then we'll put the two highest numbers into one poll. She says she's on the computer, so it should be at the top.
Matthew wants you to reset.
Everybody says reset it. Okay, let me reset it.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Let's reset. All right.
Don't forget to sing that song.
Stop! If you make me get in a coughing fit, it's going to be your fault.
Oh, really?
It'll be all your fault.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it will. Can you tell how many people are watching?
Me?
Okay, so there's 36 people in here that can vote.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Make that 34 because I got my desktop, the TV. Make it 34.
Now they say
Let's
they
just
found it.
Don't confuse me. You were about to confuse. Yeah, I forgot the TV's on in there watching too. All right, I'm going to reset the poll, and I'm going to show you color number 1 and number. I'm going to put in the first one. It's going to be color number 1 and color number 2, and you vote for either one of those. Then I will write down which one had the highest number. Then we'll do the second poll for color number 3, color number 4, and whichever one out of that one has the highest number. And then we'll put the two highest numbers. And then I'll ask your opinion. Do you think I should use 2 of the colors or only 1 of the colors? Is that too confusing? I hope not.
Say what?
Don't tell us. I love yellow, just a light or a yellow as a background.
Yeah.
I think it's nice. It's warm. It's
Do you know
sunshine.
how long I've been? Do you know how long I've been sitting on these yellows? A long time.
Well, it's time to use them, girl.
Yeah, it's time to use them. And when I bought them, I had something in mind, but you know how it is. You get sidetracked and you forget.
Well, you
what
change
were
your
gonna use
mind.
it for, or you change your mind.
Yep.
Okay. All right. This is color number 1. Color number 2. Vote once. Color number 1, number 2. And there's 34 of you in here, so how about all of y'all voting?
But,
1, 2.
Okay. Do we have to vote for 1 or 2? Or can we wait for 3 or 4?
Well, what I'll do is you vote for whichever you like the best out of 1 and 2.
Okay.
And I'll save the highest number. I'll write it down. Then y'all show you 3 and 4, and you vote for which one you like. And then we're going to put the 2 highest ranked ones back into a poll again. Then you choose from that.
Okay, gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Color number 1, color number 2. Shelby says she doesn't like either one.
Oh no.
Probably because
She
it's
must
light.
not be a yellow person.
Well, no, it's probably because they're too light. I mean, when I
That
saw
could
this,
be.
I'm like, whoa, that's really light. And this was not much darker. I mean, I had to look at this close enough to say, is that really? And it was. It's that definitely different because this came off a yardage. This came out of a charm pack.
Okay.
John here says hi, honey,
I
and
got him.
hello, John. And he says hi to Sherry too, and to
Hi.
everyone. Hey, Mary G. The highest numbers are 3 and 4. Yeah, I have a feeling 3 and 4 are going to win out.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have been. So it looks to me like, look, 82% are saying color number 2. So everybody's leaning toward the dark. So how much you want to bet these are going to be the 2 that's going to?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I do too. Maybe I should have did one light, one dark, huh?
It's okay. We'll get get it figured out for you.
Right?
We'll get it figured out for you.
Hey, Maren. I think 3 and 4, you're right about my name, Maren. Oh, like Karen. All right. Hey, Candace. What are we making with this? I'll show you what I'm going to make with it after we figure out this audition. Hey there, Andy, she said. And don't forget, if you have a channel, hit that exclamation selfie. Type it in and hit. Yes, it's why I'm suggesting just putting all 4 together again. Hey, all right, fine.
What are we doing now?
We're going to put all 4 of them back in the poll again. All right, we're canceling this one too. Excuse me for my rudeness, but I cannot help it. All right, let's redo the poll again.
Problem.
All right, which color do you like best? Which color works best? Once. All right, color number 1.
We're gonna feel like we're at the eye doctor. Number 1 or number 2? Number 2
or number 3?
Are you?
Why does it look? What? No, that can't be. Okay. All right.
Okay, I got it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, it really flips.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, or 4. We're only voting on the yellow for those that's just walking in the door.
They'll say, "I
The
want the
blues
blue."
are not in the poll. This is about using the yellow as a background. Shelby says poll worked fine for me this time. Good, good. I'm glad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. Did something happen to the
19.
poll?
Whoa, come on, we're neck and neck now.
Oh boy.
With some.
I see that. Color 3 and color 4 running neck and neck pretty much.
Might have
1. And how many has voted so far? We've got 20 votes. We need
20.
the other 14 votes, please.
Might have to use both of
in the
those
channel
colors
now,
then.
babe.
39.
39 people in this channel, so we need 19 more votes. 1, 2, 3,
Ooh,
4.
it's changing again.
Denise says that number 4 kind of mutes the blue and gray. It's supposed to be the focus fabric. No, it's just a background, the yellow. The focus will be all these blue. This is not the only blue that'll be in the set, because see, there's this color blue. There's a lighter blue. Hey, Patty G. Michelle said, I never had so much fun filling out a poll. 51 watching. Come on, vote, you guys. That's right. 1, Wait. One, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just voting on the yellow. Yellow, mellow yellow.
Mellow yellow. Huh.
Can you believe
Oh
this?
no, that's another song.
Do you remember the mellow yellow drink commercials?
Yeah.
Mellow yellow to the rescue.
Those would go
Nikolaj never
through.
saw that, so he doesn't even get what I'm talking about.
He says, "What's mellow yellow?" I think somewhere,
Someone
some
said they
places.
still making mellow yellow, and I'm like, wait, what? Really?
That always reminded me of
Who were they in
Mountain Dew.
competition with? Because Pepsi had a drink that was in competition with mellow yellow, right?
You know, I don't know.
Because mellow yellow was by the Coca-Cola company.
Ah,
First, there was Sprite and 7-Up. Then it was mellow yellow and maybe
Mountain
that's
Dew.
high caffeine one that they sell. What's that one called?
Where did Mountain Dew come in?
Mountain Dew. Yeah, maybe it was Mountain Dew and mellow yellow.
Yeah, because
But
they're
I think
similar,
the
but
two are completely different. Okay, let's see how many's voted so far. Color 4 has 48%,
29.
color 3 has 34, and so far 29 votes. They have Mountain Dew. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Candace says Dew. Mountain Dew, that's it. It was
Yep,
Mountain Dew and Mellow Yellow that were competing against each other. Do they still make Mountain Dew?
Yeah. I don't have, it'll wind you up.
Yeah, I can't drink all that caffeine. It's
Yeah.
when you're an asthmatic and I'll have to say this, my mother would buy Primatine pills, and in Primatine pills, it's got epinephrine in it. And epinephrine is, you might as well be taking full dosed speed.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. And it would make me shake. So I have never drank an energy drink, much less took any kind of caffeine pills or drink anything loaded with caffeine, because I swear I think it would make me have a heart attack.
Yeah. They're
I don't
really not
need
good
that.
for you.
Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're it's still at 20.
Andrea's mentioning some drink called, but Yahoo was a chocolate and strawberry drink,
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Right?
I think it was chocolate. Yeah, I think so.
Rita, my asthma is the kind that you don't want to antagonize.
Oh, got 30 now.
Yep. When it's tried to kill you multiple times, you do everything you can not to make it worse.
Well, number 4 is 10% more than number 3.
It sure looks like it. Looks like this yellow is going to win out, which
Yeah.
is shocking, because I thought maybe it was too I don't know what I thought it was.
It's like, do you like it out of those two? Which ones,
Either this one or this one. When I saw this against the blue, I thought this was okay to start with, but then when I put it with the blue, I'm like, wait, no, that don't work. It looks
Yeah.
like white. And this one, I don't know, it's an odd yellow. Rita says, been there, done that. I use 4 different inhalers, so yep, I know about the asthma thing. Haha. Yep. So you probably have a nebulizer machine in your house? Because I do. Yahoo is a chocolate drink, isn't it? Yes, it is. And Yahoo also makes, or Yoo-hoo also makes strawberry.
Yahoo.
I don't know why I said Yahoo. We're up to 30 votes. How many people's in the channel, honey? 9 more votes, please. I want to make sure I choose the right one. 1, 2, 3, or 4. I bet you have inhalers laying all over your house too. You want to hear something funny? I come home from the United States this past time, And I'm in the bathroom, and I'm like, my chest is tight because I just took a shower, and I open the medicine cabinet. There's not an inhaler in there. So the next destination I go to is the kitchen cabinet. There's not one in there either.
Mm.
My little housekeeper, not maid, the person who took care of my house,
Yeah.
she saw these inhalers laying all over the house. She goes and rounds them all up and puts them in a basket.
Oh, she didn't throw them away though, did
No,
she?
no,
Oh,
she knew
okay.
what they were for. She didn't understand why I had them all over the house. So when I discovered this, I said, we got to talk about my inhalers. Okay, don't move them from where they are. But why are they all over the... I said, for the exact reason that I don't like not being able to breathe.
Yeah, you want to be able to grab them.
And I always have them strung. There's a inhaler almost in every jacket I own. Quilting on says, how about all of them randomly placed? No, I don't want to use all of them. Rita says, I have them not just laying, but I have one on each of the tables, 3 in the kitchen drawer. See?
Oh my.
This is the life of an asthmatic.
Wow.
And I used to take, Shelby said she used to take Sudafed for congestion due to allergies until they said it might raise my blood pressure. Sudafed's been turned into a pariah, man.
Yeah.
And my middle sister, man, she eat them things like they were going out of stock because her sinuses were so bad. She got the bad end of the stick with the allergies. I got the bad end of the stick with the bad lungs. All right. No one else wants to vote?
Looks like they're done.
Well, I guess they're done. So here's what the ranking says. It says that number 1 got 7%, which is this one. Number 2, which is this color, it got 10%. Number 3, which is this one, got 37%. And number 4 got 47%. So it looks like this is going to be the winner. Now, let me ask you a question. What would you think about me rotating between this, using both this yellow and this yellow in the quilt? Tell me in the chat. Do you think that this would be okay to rotate back and forth with? Rita says Sudafed doesn't work. Yeah, Sudafed doesn't work for me either. I have to use Benadryl. And Rita says, I hate Sudafed. Yeah. Important to make sure those inhalers are accessible. Yes, Shelby. Indeed. So do you think that 1 and 2 or 3 and 4 would be okay to rotate between? Rita says, that's why I suggested 3 and 4. I think it could work, says Chloe.
I think it'd be good.
I think so too.
You could lay it out and see how you like
yardage. Yeah. And I have plenty of yardage to do both. Lori says, why not? Well, Sudafed and Benadryl are 2 different things. Yes, it is. As an asthmatic, when you're buying allergy medicine and cold medicine and stuff, you have to read the back of the pack where it talks about who should not use it, because some allergy medicine and some cold medicines trigger asthma. And if you take the wrong thing, you could have an out of control asthma and straight to the emergency room you go. So you have to be careful of that kind of thing. Yes, rotating the colors would be fun. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll use those 2 colors, and then let me show you I'll show you what pattern I'm going to use. Some of you probably won't be surprised because I've already showed you the pattern more than once, I think. But I think I'm going to use that free Fat Quarter Shop pattern called Charm Pack Chili. Because I think it's a fun pattern, and I don't mind the way Kimberly showed you how to cut it and stuff, because the pattern's different. It's interesting. I don't know who came up with the pattern. Probably Jocelyn did. And I like the way it come out when you cut the center off of it. So And I think my friend would love it. I just got to figure out how many. I've already broke apart 6 charm packs, and I took everything that was not blue or gray out of it and set all of that other stuff aside and just pulled all the blues and grays out because they want quilts made of blues and grays, and then they like yellow, so I'm gonna put all that in there together. All right,
Nice.
so and I love getting input from everyone here because getting a village to help sometimes works.
Yep.
My biggest trigger is dust. That makes 2 of us. I have to keep my house. My problem is dusting, period, stirs my asthma up. It doesn't matter how dust free you get, you still have to clean dust up, which causes asthma attacks.
Yeah.
I can't escape it when I'm dusting my house.
Yeah.
I wish I could pay someone just to come in my house, clean the windows, dust the house, and clean the baseboards. That's all I want. Do those 3 things and I'll be happy.
Well, you might be able to find somebody.
I'm willing to pay 100 kroners an hour just to come in here and do that. Take them about 4 hours, but that's 400 kroners.
Yeah.
Well worth their work, because that's more than what they would get paid to work a cleaning job for the Greenland government. I think they get paid 80 kroners an hour, babe? It's some very low amount. Oh, maybe they've gone up. Maybe I need to up my.
Maybe that's why you're not getting anybody then.
I have to ask because I don't know who to ask. That's the problem. I don't know who to ask. Okay, let me go find that pattern I mentioned, because some of them are going to be like, "What pattern?" Hold on.
What pattern are you talking about?
Yeah, it's fun when you're watching Kimberly's live and she shows these patterns and you're like, "Oh, I like that one."
Yeah.
Usually I don't get captured by most of her patterns, but the last 2, the Star Climber and this one I'm about to show you, I like both of them. It's called Charm Healing. Excuse me. Oh, there you are. It's like, what are you doing? And there is, believe it or not, there is 4 sizes to this. Before I show it to you, this is the sizes you can make. You can make a lap, which is 46 inches by 53 and a half. Table run, no, 3 sizes, sorry. Table runner, 19 and a half by 49 and a half. Twin, 68 and a half by 83 and a half. Now, having said that, I'm going to make it bigger than that.
Wow.
As soon as somebody gives me measurements of her bed, then I'll know how big I need to make it. So I'll be busy with this for a whole year. That's why I said when I bring it to the United States, it's going to need something. Uh-oh. What in the world just happened? No, you cannot do that. It says error. You cannot do this. Oh, here we go. It's funny how that happened. Okay. And it's a really simple pattern. I just cannot believe how easy it looks. I mean, the hardest part is cringing when you realize you have to cut down the middle of it,
Oh.
And I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right. I'm going to share the screen again. I won't be able to see the chat, y'all. Okay.
Hi, Giovanna.
Hey, Giovanna. Okay, can everybody see this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let me blow this up a little bit. It has an interesting pattern because of what they did to it. So you only need to do, you just need charm sizes, 5-inch blocks. Okay. Now that looks weird when I blew it up like that. Okay. So basically you're making a 4-patch unit that measures out to be 9.5 by 9.5. And when you sew it together, then you're going to come down here and you're going to draw a diagonal line on the wrong side of the print of the 4-patch units. And you're going to trim away a 1/2 inch on each side of that center line. Then you're going to take the center out and you're going to sew this to this to create one of these.
That's interesting.
And it's an interesting effect that it created.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, because
It's the first time I've seen that style.
Yeah, me too. I mean, they're still using the whole block. Just the center's gone.
Now, and that part that says discard, it should be wide enough to use as scrap pieces in a scrap, like in a string block. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You save them and incorporate them into string blocks.
Quarter-inch should be a half-inch.
Yeah. So it'd be a half-inch, so it's wide enough to do something with it.
Well,
maybe.
If you take up a half-inch and half-inch, then you don't see it no more.
No, that's true. You're right. So
but it can be fused. It can be used for art quilts and and that.
So it's cringing like, oh well, there's a half-inch to throw away.
That's here too.
Who is? Hey, Kevin. Thank you for coming. Okay, so that's what this is, and I believe that I could. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks per row. So, and sorry for the coughing. I cannot help it, y'all. It says quilt center should measure 38 inches by 45 and a half. So if you want to make it bigger, just put more rows, add to the rows. Yep. And if you want it to be longer, add more rows that way too.
Right.
So, and I'm sure that if I say, I'm going to find me Jess, and I'm going to say, Jess, I need to make a queen size quilt. How many of these do I need?
Yeah, because she should be able to figure that out.
Yeah, she's Miss Math.
I know.
So is Shelby, come to think of it. I could hit up Shelby too. Because both of them are math smart with the quilting stuff anyway. So I'm not saying I'm dumb. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm a visual learner and I can see what can be done, but can I figure out the mathematics of it?
To add the fabric, to add the amount
and how much
of
fabric I'm going to need to do it. Yeah, exactly. I know I have enough of the yellow yardage of both those colors that we voted on, that y'all voted on.
Yeah.
I have plenty of that. I just need to know if I go bigger, how many more charms am I going to need? That's what I need to know.
Oh, well, you take the 4. You take 4. If you went one row this way and multiply it by how much longer that you're going to make it, but then you got to go across this way again.
Yeah, so as long as I know the width that of the actual quilt needs to be versus what, so if each one of them are, what did we say it was, 9.5? Wait, what did it say it was supposed to be? What size was the block supposed? The block was, when you sew it together after you cut the center out.
Oh,
it's supposed to be 8 inch by 8 inch. So if you take the 8 inch and divide it by the width of that quilt that you need to make, then it should tell you how many blocks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the length, right?
Or let's see. Yeah.
Okay.
8 times whatever. Yeah. Whatever you want. You could divide that into the size you want. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So,
and remember, you can do borders.
Yeah, it does have a border on it too. Okay. So I'll be doing that. Yeah. Okay. Teresa Louise, this is, oh, let me, somebody didn't holler at me yet. Teresa Louise, this is Sherry. Teresa Louise.
Nice to meet you. I watch you. I love it. I love it. I love your channel.
You're yeah, I just turned it off. Sorry, Shelby. Shelby says, I can't see Sherry. Sorry. I'm like, somebody, I spoke too soon. Somebody just said something. Okay. Right. Now, what time is it, honey?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. Let me look. Oh, see. Oh, we've been going an hour. I'm surprised. All right. The next thing we're going to talk about, And let me go find the blog link because someone's going to ask, so better go find it anyways. I'm going to share with you what February is going to look like. And Sherry is going to be part of my February affairs.
Yeah, she got me into this one.
Shanghai hers. Yeah, but I'm super excited because
Yeah.
I think all of us are going to be, especially those of us that have no clue how to do it. So
Yeah, I got renewed. That was what was nice about it.
yeah, because you know we talked about that in the when we got into that discussion. It was on a live, our New Year's Eve live, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's what got it
Yes,
started.
yes,
Wasn't it?
we did. That's right.
Yeah, because someone brought up, you
I
brought
think
it up.
I did.
Yeah, and the discussion was that hand quilting is becoming an extinction sort of. More
Yeah,
or
we
less.
felt that there was a time that it was coming to end, but fortunately it has sparked back up again.
Yep,
People
so
doing it, and
yep.
they're doing it in different ways and that. So yeah, we felt that it's nice that everybody can at least know how to do it, even if you don't do it.
Yep. So
To learn.
basically, yep. So basically, Sherry and I came up with a plan that she is going to teach, because I do not even know how to hand sew. I know. How's that even possible? But my mother never got around to teaching me that. How about that? But you know, I knew how to sew. I just don't know how to hand sew properly. My hand sewing is a hot mess. And why can I not find that blog?
Well, this will help.
So she's going to teach us how to hand quilt. And so this coming week, I will be releasing a pre-record on a premiere, and me and Sherry will be sitting in the premiere so that you can come in and ask her questions, and we'll be discussing everything that we're going to be planning for this sew. And this sew is going to be treated the same way as the one with Sean is going to be treated. And I have another collaboration coming up with one other creator as well. So I have 3 collaborations that's going to be going on at the same time, but they're going to be slow and easy. We're not going to rush through anything. And I cannot find what I'm looking for.
Yeah, this is the way you can learn and have questions if you need them. But I don't know if did we say what day the premiere was going to be?
The
It was
premiere,
Wednesday.
I think we were talking
Is it
about
Wednesday or Tuesday?
Yeah, Wednesday. Wait. We're doing the premiere on Wednesday. So write this down. February the 5th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Where is?
Yeah, just think that you can do something like this and sit in your comfy chair and your recliner and
Yep. Ideas.
Just have good lighting, that's all.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I know I couldn't find it. I was looking in the wrong place. I must be crazy. It's because I don't feel good.
I'm reading what Rita says. Going back to using hand quilting a lot of times. That is the only way I did any sewing up until 5 years ago when I got my electric sewing machine. Well, bless your heart, girl. You have to be really good at doing that to be able to sew everything by hand. I'd be afraid that I'd be wearing it and it'd be falling apart.
Yeah, same here, because I don't even know how. I know how to tie a knot in thread, but how do you tie a knot so you know it's not going to come out? And then when you get to the other end where you're going to cut it off and seal it, how do you do that so it doesn't come out?
Yeah, you can back.
I have to learn all of that because I really don't have an understanding of it. Okay, what I'm going to do here, and we'll continue on with this discussion about what me and Sherry's going to do too. I am going to share my blog, and this blog has to do with what the plan is for 2025. And tonight, I didn't put the link with it. Duh. Oops. Sorry. But we're going to mainly talk about what's going to be going on for February, so you'll have an idea of what my plans are. And as long as I don't come down with any more illnesses, let's hope I can stick to the plan.
No
Yeah,
problem.
Rita has it.
Oh,
You
no.
backstitch.
The back stitch?
You back sew. You make a stitch, then you go back and you go back through the first hole that you made.
See, I need to learn how to do that because
Yeah.
I don't know.
You will, girl.
In the channel, I have posted the link for the blog, and it looks just like what you see printed out here. There's 3 pages, I think. Nope, 4 pages. So this is an outline of what I hope to accomplish for 2025. Now, you're going to be like, that seems like a lot. If I can accomplish, see, and the reason I did this is because I spent all of 2024 with no plan. Everything I did was done on the fly. I kid you not. The only thing that I did pre-plan was that sew along I did at the beginning of 2024 with the floating Tetris. That was the only thing. Everything else was the day before. Okay, we're going to sew on this. Then the next live, okay, we're going to sew on this. I didn't exactly have a plan. Now, am I beating myself up for that? No. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, but I can tell you that not having a plan not having at least some kind of a plan makes it stressful for me. So 30 minutes before a live, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I want to go to bed. It's not that I don't like doing the live, you guys. It's in here. So I came up with a plan after spending all of at least half of January brainstorming what I wanted to try to work on, what I wanted to try to do better at. And I am hoping that with all of y'all's help, if I can accomplish 70% of this, then I get a pat on the back. Even if I get 50%, I get a pat on the back. But if I can stick to some of this, that's a good thing. Because I've never finished. One of the problems when you have the things in your head that I have in mind, sometimes people I know that we should not what I'm about to say, and you've heard me say this before, but a lot of times failure happens because of what you've had forced into your head.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can do this without feeling like a failure. Put it that way. The goal is to get what I can get done, take all of it with positivity, have no negativity about it whatsoever, and let's see if I can do all of y'all proud. All right, so here's what we're going to talk about. So Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays are going to be my lives. Now, how long am I going to keep that schedule up? I'm going to try to keep that schedule going up until I have to start tour guiding. When I start tour guiding, one of those nights might get ditched, just temporarily until tour guiding has stopped. I have a decision to make. I've been doing the tour guiding for 12 years, but I'm not the youngster that I used to be. And I realized this past year that I can no longer do 8 tours in one day.
Wow.
It's not healthy, period. And when you feel like you're going to vomit in the middle of a tour, there's a problem.
It's because you weren't eating, I don't think.
Not drinking enough, not taking 10-minute break, and the factory is too warm sometimes for me, and there's not fresh air moving through the factory. It's a number of things contributes to that, and so I either have I have already started advocating for myself. I started telling her I need a 10-minute break between each tour where I can sit and drink.
Yeah.
And I can no longer, I don't want to do more than 4 tours a day now. I just think that pushing me to do more than that's too much for my 62-year-old body. you know.
Well, you want to enjoy what you're doing too.
I love it. I mean,
I
I
know.
hate that my body's catching up with me,
Oh, I know it does.
but something's got to give. And if I need to slow down just a little bit, I'm not doing as many city tours as I was doing, but even I knew I couldn't do more than 4 city tours because by the time I hit the 4th city tour, I was done. It was too much because you're going up inclines, coming down, up, down, and you're doing the whole city, the whole colonial part of town. And by the time you hit number 4, you're tired. You haven't had a chance to sit and take a break. You don't have time to go to the bathroom, and you're leading around 30 people. And I love doing it, but I now know that it's time for me to slow down a little.
Yeah.
I don't have to stop doing it. I just need to slow down a little bit. And I also think I'm going to ask my boss if I can train a couple young people in English so that they can have the experience of learning in English.
That's a good idea.
Because they got a tour guide in English anyway, and couldn't hurt for me to mentor a couple young ones and teach them both the city tour and the factory. That way, if Bitsy needs to give me extra help, she already has it already trained instead of just throwing them under the bus and expect them to know how to do it.
Yeah.
She does that. That's how my boss works. She just throws you under the bus. That's what she did. She took me through the factory. She said, "This is what you need to talk about." And then the next day, I was tour guiding in the factory. And I'm like,
oh my.
I don't even know the difference between all 6 of those seals,
Oh.
But, hands-on visual learning does work, believe it or not. It is fun, and I get to meet lots of people. The biggest complaint, I guess, if I had to tell you something negative about it, is that there's too many in a group.
30 is a lot.
You cram 30 people in a room that is a 12 by 12.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. They could divide the groups, but what they don't have enough people to do the
for that duck, babe.
Chores, probably.
Or she needs to go outside one because she ate that pig ear. Sorry. So anyway, I got off track. All right. So for now, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm going to have lives. 2 of the lives will start at 7:30, which would be 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Saturdays, the one on Saturday is going to vary either between 4 o'clock to 4:30, depending on if I have a guest. Some guests, I have Janice from the.wRightway will come every 4th Saturday to sew with me. So that time frame will start at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time instead of 4:30. I will have Sherry sewing with me. That live is going to be different. It won't even be on a Friday, Saturday, or a Sunday. It's going to be on the 3rd Tuesday of every month, starting at, do you want to do 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 4:30?
I haven't written.
We agreed on. I haven't written as 3 p.m. for some reason.
No, it was either going to be for the lives.
Yeah, for the live.
It was either going to be 4 o'clock or 4:30, I think.
Which one do you like better?
It doesn't matter with me.
All right, let's do.
You guys like better?
I like the 4:30. I don't think they care.
Okay.
But, yeah, let's
do 4:30. 4:30.
That way, if you're out doing something, you're not having to break your neck to get back.
Yeah.
And it's long before dinner hours. So, okay. So every 3rd Tuesday, me and Sherry are going to have our collaboration. Jess, So Blessed with Jess, will be sewing with me every 2nd Saturday of the month. We have a collaboration that we'll be talking to you soon about. In fact, a video will be released in the next 2 or 3 days for that. And then we'll have our first live on February the 8th. And that is on a Saturday, and we will be starting it at 7 p.m. or 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so I mentioned these 3 things. Now, here's the other thing that I'm going to try to stick to. Wait, I left one other collaboration. There's one other collaboration that will be once a month, and that will be with Danny of So Not an Expert. Danny and I are going to go off the rails a little bit. And we are going to do a live that is exclusively about mental health, our hobbies, and how it helps with mental health, and how if we need help, who we can ask for help from. We're hoping to create a small community so that if someone in our community needs help, they can come to one of us and say, I need to talk. Or they, friendships, or a community gets created, friendships get created, and I'm hoping and they can come to these lives and not be afraid to talk about what they're having issues with, because this is going to be a safe zone. And I'm going to tell you up front right now that this is about this. And if you feel uncomfortable and don't think that we should be talking about it, you shouldn't say that. It needs to be talked about. Everyone needs to talk about it, because there's so many that need to talk about it. And we're not going to sit here and talk about how we got to this position. That's not the goal. The goal is, how do we deal with it? And people can come in and say, well, this is what I do to help me through a bad time. You've heard me in the past say, I've been in a funk for a week, or I've been in a funk for a month. I don't want to sew. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. If we can learn from each other tools that we can do to help pull us out of these funks we get into, or out of these things that happens to us where we're shut down. We're in a shutdown. If we can learn tools to help us deal with shutdowns and other things, then this is the way we can do it. We can teach each other by saying, well, this is how I do it. This is what helps me. Sewing helps us, but what if we're in a position where we don't want to sew because we're that bummed out? How do we get past that, being that bummed out? So this is just helping us share each other's toolkit, basically. So that's the other collaboration.
Rita wanted to know, she says she missed it. I think she's talking about when you go with live with Danny. She wants to know when that is. She missed it.
Are you
when
talking
are you
about
doing that one?
Okay, the one that's going to be for what it's going to be, the title of it's going to be, so you'll know what to look for. It's going to be called Peace of Mind Mending Pieces with Danny and I. And that will be the third Sunday of February, which is February the 16th. It'll be kind of handled like a podcast. It'll start at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. That's February the 16th. And if this goes well on the first one, then we will do it only once a month. But Danny's also going to provide phone numbers for people who live in the United States. Should they find themselves in a position where they have to call and ask for help, she'll be providing those phone numbers. If you live in another country, share your phone numbers. Any of you, if you know something that none of us know about, that people can contact other people asking for help when they're in danger of something worse, that's what we need to do. We need to share this as a community. So that's the other thing I'm doing. So those are, I know that seems like a lot of collaborations, but I'm trying to, I don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a community. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
That's right.
Okay, so on these live now, we're going to go back to the 3 days a week live. So what I've done is I broke my plans down where, well, what am I going to do the first week of the month, the second week of the month, the third week of the month, the fourth week of the month, or the fifth week of the month. So like in the first week of the month, which starts Monday or tomorrow, the first Thursday of the month, I'm going to do scrappy block creating. So I'm going to bring out all my scraps and the strings and stuff, and we're going to make a block out of scraps. That'll be for the first Thursday. The first Friday, I am going to make a tutorial.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What's that big book?
Which one?
The 1,000 block book. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Uh-oh. Where did I put it? Anyway, y'all saw the book because I shared it with you guys. Anyway, it's called the 1,000 Block Quilt Book, and I'll reshare it with you. So that first Friday, we're going to do one block out of that book. I'm just going to open a book and pick one. I'll start out simple so that you can follow along. And then the first Saturday, I will be working on my Tula Pink monthly sew along that I'm 3 months behind on with Back Quarter Shop. But I'm making that quilt for my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter. So what I'll do is I'll start doing the first month on that first Saturday of February. I'm just giving you tentative, and these are all tentative plans, meaning that could change if I change my mind. The second week, I plan on doing on the first Thursdays, working on a PMQ. Friday will be a sugary do. Saturday will be with Jess. And we will be working on a collaboration we are doing together. It's in here somewhere. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be under there for all I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been moving things around in here trying to reorganize. The third week will be the channel sew along, which I've been discussing with you guys already, which, oh my gosh, I need to bring that up tomorrow or next week. Friday, we're going to do a block tutorial again from the 1,000 Block book. And Saturday will be the Fat Quarter Shop Charm Pack Chili, which y'all have voted on the background for. And the fourth week is going to be Sugary Do, PMQ, Sewing with Janice. We're going to be doing something there. And anytime we have 5 weeks in a month, all of those lives that are the 5th week, they sit in the 5th week, we are going to do UFOs.
Oh, that's a good idea.
UFOs. Every time we have a free week like that, that's what we're going to work on. So remember, if you have a UFO and I say UFO week, let's do it. Bring your UFOs. That's what we're going to work on. And I'm hoping that at some point, you start seeing a schedule going on, and I'm actually following through on it, and I'm doing these things. And I'm hoping that between the collaboration and sew-alongs, along with working on things that I have not, that I need to finish, some of these things like the Sugary Do and the Tula Pink, once they're finished, those empty places where I finished something will go to Living and Crafting with MS. I just sent you an email. Okay, I'll have a look at it. What was I going to say? Anytime I finish something where it frees up a live, that live will pick up a UFO. Okay. Now in July, I'm going to give you, Katie, I'm catching up from being 2 months behind on Tula Pink. It's okay. It catches up. Yep. See, there you go, Sylvia says. So I need to catch up on that and my Sugary Do. And that is why I've got this on here for right now. Once I finish a project, then that frees up that live, and I'll come up with either doing a UFO or something else. But I want to try, because we're taking our time doing the collaborations, that's why I don't want to get in a rush. If it takes us 6 months to finish all these things, it's okay. We are not going to a fire. I just want everyone to have fun, to unify with us. Let's have lots of laughter while we're doing it. Rita says, I still laugh about the tater tot chicken, haha. I don't know what that's about, but I'll have to check that out. All right. So that is this basically what the main plan is. There's going to be other things happening like so I can update you. On February the 4th, Nikolaj and I will be going live like a podcast to talk about Greenland. for that live, we're going to be talking about mythical creatures of Greenland.
Oh, cool.
And we are going to be talking about this book called Man of the Moon. There are short stories in here that has a lot to do with mythology and stuff. We're going to talk about that. I'm also going to forewarn you. Okay, we're going to do that then, and then we're going to do it again on February the 25th. At some point, there's going to be a discussion about Greenland and the geopolitical world part of it. And I know that none of you want to hear about politics, but you're going to hear about Greenland's part of it because I live here. And the people of Greenland live here. And and I will share with you what they're saying about what's going on right now. We're not talking about it in the next couple of lives. We probably won't discuss it, or it won't come into discussion probably until well after Nikolaj comes back home the next go around, because within that many months, we'll see what's going to happen between us and the United States. Right now, a lot of people are worried, concerned, and a little scared because this is a baby country. It doesn't have a lot of, it has Danish protection, but we're kind of out here by ourselves. So, but I don't feel like I can really talk a lot about it for right now, only because some people don't want to talk about it. And number two, I want to see where this is going to lead before I start even having a discussion about it. So, but don't be mad at me if it does come up, because it's going to come up. But it won't be like us when we're talking about it. We're not going to be talking about it like as in we're going to argue about this person's wrong or that person. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, what is Greenland going to do about it? It may be from that standpoint. What are their plans, or how are they going to handle us being more active in the rest of the world, because we have a lot of resources here. So
yeah,
don't worry about it for right now, but it may come up eventually. So that's the only other thing besides that is I'll do some pre-records here and there. I'm looking for more people to interview. So if you have a channel and I have not interviewed you, send me an email, please, and I'll share my email in the chat. I would love to interview you as a podcast. It will be a pre-recorded video, and then we'll drop it out as a premiere, and then you sit in the chat, and we'll answer any questions people have while they're watching the premieres. And then if you decide after that you want to sew with me, then I'll set something up where you can come sew with me, because I love for people to come and sew with me. Okay, so here's my email. If you're interested in doing a podcast with me, and all I'll be asking about is how you got into quilting, when you started your channel, what are your goals. It's going to be very simple stuff. I'm not going to ask too many personal questions. I will put you on the hot seat to do rapid fire, which I love doing because it makes you think on your feet, but it's a lot of fun. And if you haven't seen any of my interviews, go to my main channel and look for the link for podcasts and watch 2 or 3 of my podcasts, and you'll see there's really nothing to worry about. And I'd be happy to interview you. So email me if you're interested. The other thing is when you email me and I email back, I expect you to keep on the conversation. I don't want to have to chase you down because it's frustrating. Hey, Zaza. Once I get started, I'd love to do that, Kitty. Yep, you can join me anytime, Zaza. Rita says she has a channel. You're sure about the interview thing, though. Interesting. Not sure about the interview thing. Rita, the interview's about how you started sewing. Who was your influencer? Why did you start making quilts? Go watch some of the interviews. You'll see what I'm saying. It's nothing. I don't cross any lines to cause you any kind of worry. That's not how I roll.
it's not 60 minutes, huh?
Huh?
It's not the show 60 minutes where you...
No, it's not. I'm not going to ask them, well, where are you from? No, I don't do that. I mean, I might say just, I might ask you, here's a good question I might ask you. Who in your family influenced you to learn how to sew? That's a question I do ask. Another question would be, do you have anyone in your family besides yourself sewing and making quilts? It's these kinds of questions. What do you love most about making a quilt? What do you hate most about making a quilt? Which style of quilt do you like to make? Which is your favorite kind of fabric? Do you like cotton? Do you like batiks? I mean, there's lots of questions I can ask for all that kind of thing. Living and Crafting with MS says I am up for that.
That's
Email
great.
me and I'll set you up for pre-record. And then once I put you out there with the premiere, then we can, if you want to come sew with me, like what Sherry's doing with me now, you can come, because these Thursday, Fridays, and Saturday nights, I love it when I have someone with me to sew, especially when my husband's gone. You know, it's just when you're doing it by yourself, and Sherry's going to find this out, it's harder to hold, chat, the video, and sew at the same time. And no, I haven't sewed one lick tonight. No,
it's like chewing
because of,
walking and chewing gum.
It's like walking and chewing gum.
Rubbing your belly and your head.
Yep. And it's only because I don't feel well tonight. And, I don't even think I feel like sewing. I want to sew. I told Nikolaj last night, I want to sew, but I don't feel good.
I know. You don't have the energy.
No, there's no energy. I mean, just walking to the bathroom wears me out. That's crazy, Well,
I'm excited to see some of these creators, their channels, your interview with them.
I love doing it because I get to, what I like the most about it? One of the things some of you heard me mention this. There's one thing that someone who's known me my whole life will tell you. Kathy likes to ask a lot of questions. I can't help it. It's this thing inside of me. It's like, I want to know. I don't want to know your deepest, darkest secrets. That's not what I'm after. I want to know why this is this way, or what got you started in this way, or why does the sun shoot off big, huge sun flares, just crazy things. And when I do an interview with a quilter, you get to learn how they became a quilter, why they became a quilter, why they sew specific genre of fabric and make specific kind of patterns, why they're drawn to that. You get to learn that. And you get to also learn what makes that person unique. And the only way you find this out is by talking.
Yeah. Whoops. I'm going to have to watch her Living and Crafting with MS. I might have already watched her live, but yeah, I got to do that. I mean, I'm not, but like Katie said, it's doing multiple things, and I'm not too worried about doing a live. I think being pre-recording can be harder because there's
what I find hardest about a live, and you may find pre-records are one thing because you and I are talking like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
In a pre-record, you and I will be talking, and we're recording this the whole time we're talking. And then when I take and I edit it and put the extra information like who you are and what your channel link is and all this stuff in there. And then we put it on a premiere, and then you and I will sit in the chat so that if someone wants to ask you a question in the chat during the premiere, they can.
Yeah.
On a live, if you have no one with you, the biggest challenge that I had was seeing my face on the screen. It is the weirdest thing. And even now I find it weird. It is the weirdest thing to be looking at the camera, looking at the screen, and seeing my face sitting there, watching me talk.
No.
It's so weird.
It's sort of like someone who has to sing or talk and they do a recording of their voice.
Yeah,
It's like it sounds different to you when you're recorded your voice than it does when you're just talking, that what you hear.
exactly. Yeah. But you know, it does have its advantages too, because I'm one of these that'll go back and watch my lives. You're like,
Yeah.
what? Wait, what? Yes, I go back and I watch my lives. You know why? Because I need to learn from my lives and see what I can improve and be better at. Like when I first started my lives, well, my hair is not down right now, but if my hair was down, I would be doing this.
Uh,
Or I would be doing it. I was constantly touching my face and touching my eyeballs, like what I'm doing right now. Stuff like that. Fidgeting is what my mother called it. I would be fidgeting, and I'm like, I need to stop doing that. So each time I had a live, I would concentrate. Keep your hands off your face, unless you're sneezing or something, or don't be doing like what you just saw me do. Try to keep your hands down, you know, or if you're going to use your hands, don't be touching yourself, you know. And I'm not saying touching yourself's a bad thing. It's not. But I learned in speech class in college is that's one of the things you don't do when you're giving a speech in front of a bunch of people. You don't touch your face. You don't. Hand movement is supposed to be. You can have hand movement, but if you do too much of it, it distracts people when listening to what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes I do use my hands too much, and other times I've got my hands folded down here and I'm not moving them at all. It just depends on how I'm expressing myself. So re-watching videos does help with that. And it says, okay, this is what I need to do on the next slide. Now, some things you may never fix because it's just who you are, you know. And I'm not saying you have to change anything about yourself because I'm sorry, but you guys are getting who I am. And you know, that's what you get. What you see is what you get. I will never ever lie to y'all. Yeah, I will never ever lie to your face and tell you I'm someone I'm not. That's not how I roll. I mean, what's the point? Because I've learned that even on the internet, if you watch someone long enough for at least 2 years or more, you will discover whether they're liars or not. Because the lies catch up.
Rita says she tried sitting on her hands to talk and could not do it for very long.
Yeah, exactly. Andrea says, I am, we're talking about, yeah, I'm going to skip that part. Okay, when I made my first video, I had no clue that what I'd actually say the word. Oh, I had no clue that I actually say the word all the time. I asked my hubby and he said, yes, that is how you talk. You know what I heard the other day on a live? I couldn't believe my ears. Someone was using the word she goes. She didn't like this. And I'm like, do you know how much she goes, he goes drives me crazy?
Oh, she really?
You know what I used to say to my
she goes like
my kids went through this phase. They were in middle school, I guess it was.
Yeah.
And they would come home and it would, she goes, he goes. And I'm like, so you know what I started saying? Where are they going? Mom, they're not going. But you're saying she's going somewhere. No, Mom, I said exactly. Change the way you're wording it. Because that's just wrong. Rita says she talks with her hands. Haha, ancestry. Yeah, I mean, it's okay to talk with your hands. It's just, I was taking speech class and theater class, and you have to, oh my God, with theater class, it's worse, you know, because you're not supposed to use your hands sometimes when you're doing something in theater. And, you know, it took me a while to get where I wasn't constantly. One of the big things I would learn to do is put my hands behind my back like that. And one day my speech professor says, you can't do that because that makes it look like you're uptight and mad. Just put your hands at your side. And if you come up once in a while, it's okay. Just don't do it excessively. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I am Southern, and I'll just tell you that's how it is. Yep. Once I get to know you, that is. Yep. Exactly. All right.
All right.
All right. What else did I want to? Oh, stay tuned for July because I have a treat for you guys. I'll be working on some pre-records. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but it has to do with the holidays. I'm going to be creating some videos that had, as y'all know, the mail getting here has been bad. In fact, it's still really bad. In fact, Greenland is not shipping anything out of Greenland right now from Nuke, freight of any kind, because something's going on with that. I didn't really have an understanding of what's going on, but I can't mail out anything until they fix whatever the problem is.
Can you receive
We've hardly had it. I got that fat quarter shop
package?
paper,
Yeah.
but I still haven't seen none of my cotton cuts.
Oh
POQ.
my.
None, zero.
I think Canada was having a little bit of problems with their mail too.
I think it's something to do with our international airport and some other things. I don't know exactly
Yeah.
what's going on, but it was in
The
the
port
news this past
authorities
week,
or
and I'm
something.
like, well, yeah. I'm like, well, that explains why nothing's coming in down here.
Yeah.
But the stuff that I'm doing for July has to do with the fact that I didn't get any of my Christmas boxes until after the fact. So I'm going to take all those Christmas boxes and I'm going to make the 12 days of Christmas,
Oh, cool.
31 days of Christmas, that kind of setup.
We'll all be ready for all that just to get
Yeah,
ahead
so
of
it'll be
ourselves.
something fun for y'all to experience in July. I think it'll be fun anyway.
Yeah.
And the other two things that will be happening, and we're going to be starting that this month. I don't want to, but we are going to start on the sewing room probably this week.
You'll do it. You'll be able to do it. Little bits. Go
I
look
wrote
for
about
that.
it on my.
Go look for what you wanted to look for. I forgot what we talked about, but you wanted to look for something. Go try to just go in there just to try to look for that one item that you.
See, I had to go in there to get all that yellow yardage.
Yeah.
That was in the drawer.
Oh.
So I thought I only had like one color yellow. And when I looked in the drawer, I'm like, oh my God, I have a lot of different colors of yellow.
So you did go in there.
I went in there to get that, yeah. But Nikolaj staying there, 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes?
Yeah.
But that's
and then I'm
good.
like out of there fast,
But that's good. You got what you wanted.
Now, some people wanted me to video the journey.
Yeah, that would be kind of hard to.
I don't know exactly how I can accomplish that because, for one thing, we're going to be moving things around. Secondly,
you can take pictures.
Yeah, I could do pictures. That might work better because lighting is going to suck until we get things situated. We lost the lighting because we closed that wall in instead of putting the window back. There's no way I'm putting a window on that side of the house. Not as long as she has a freaking trampoline. Not happening. So when I walk in there, I can tell there is a lighting difference because we don't have that window anymore.
Yeah.
So we've got to decide how we're going to resolve the lighting situation in there as well. So that, I have all these lights in here. You see, it looks like, well, you can't see how many lights. You want to know how many lights I have on right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The only one that is a ring light, there's only one. The rest of them are just regular lights. So I was thinking pictures would work, but I also thought I could write a blog as I'm going along and put clips of pictures in there.
Yeah.
I think what's going to be the most upsetting about this whole thing is when I start throwing more fabric away that I cannot rescue. I've already thrown 2 bagfuls away, and Nikolaj, I tell you, I was complaining about it, but he says it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it, baby.
That's right. It's already, whatever happened to it has already happened.
Yeah.
You're just removing it from your space.
Andrea, I don't really want to deal with fluorescent lights, but what I do want to put in there is LED lights, like the strips that go across the ceiling. I thought I would go out to Stark and see what they have to offer for that kind of thing and see if we can't put some strips in for that. It might help. Your packages from our Christmas exchange says it's in Greenland for over a month, Debbie. Probably stuck in, hey, Debbie, did you send me an email the other day? Because you know, I've been sick and stuff. Yeah, it says it's been in Greenland for a month. It's probably stuck in Nuke. Like I said, my mail hasn't even left Greenland because of this stuff. Hey, Mona.
It could be that the weather has been bad too. You know?
Yeah, we've had several bitter rocks and blizzards. I mean, the weather's been really bad, and it's just been everything. It's been everything, period, for the last 2 or 3 months now. You can get LED versions of fluorescent tube lights now. Okay. Yep. So I'll be looking into that because at some point we got to decide on how we're going to relight that room. Also, we're going to change it from being called the sewing room to the craft room. That's going to happen.
That's
and I have in my head how I want to change things around a little bit so that it can be more accommodating to both of our crafts. And you know, he has a place to put his things on a shelf, and I think that can happen. So we're going to do that too. But I haven't figured out exactly how I can document it. I can write blogs and take pictures, and maybe that works better. If I put them into blogs, will y'all read them? Yes or no? I just don't think that it's feasible to make videos. Not enough light. Not without bringing lights in there and all of that getting in the way. The less cords I have to trip over while we're working on this, the better. Hey, Joy. How do you say that? Oh, it's Joy T. Okay, got it. She just spelled it weird. MS says, sure. So all I'm asking is if I'm putting the journey of doing the reset of the sewing room into a blog, are you okay with that? Yes or no? I've been on too many lives today and losing track of who I said hello to, Zaza says. Yeah, I've been on a few today watching, and I've said some hellos here and there. They have some small lights called fairy lights. They are super tiny and allow with remote to change the colors. Ooh, that's interesting.
I think I know what you mean by that.
You do?
Yeah, we have them on board.
Where do you find those at?
I think well, just go down to.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. Yes, a photo diary would be great to see. Okay, then let's do that. I'll do like a photo diary and write, you know, and I may even share some of my feelings about, you know, we'll see how I do. Nikolaj has said that if he sees that I start to stress too much, he's going to take me out of the room. We'll take a break and come back later or either the next day. But either way, hopefully I can get the room finished by the time he leaves. And then it's just a matter of us moving this stuff back in there.
You'll love it when you guys get to be together in the same room and have everything set back up.
I'm really tired of this stuff being in here, to be honest.
Yeah, it'll all that worry will be behind you.
Yeah, I hope so, because I know I need to get over this. I know that. And the PTSD is under control right now, which is good. I'm not having nightmares now, so I think I'm over the hump as far as that's concerned. But it's just psychologically is the problem, I think.
Yeah, it's just not trying to think about it when you're in there.
Yeah.
Try not to think about it when you're in there. Just say, I'm gonna go in and it's 5 minutes.
The other thing is how do you not get angry every time you think about it? Because when I think about it, I get angry.
When it's all cleaned up and you're in there, you won't be angry anymore.
I won't be angry anymore.
No,
okay.
It's the anger is because what you're having to go through and what you're gonna, you know.
I think that's exactly what has me pissed off is because I'm having to do this.
Yeah.
And so every time I walk in there, I'm like, and walk back out again, you know?
Yeah. I know.
Shelby says, you got this, Katie. With all of you guys, PTSD is hard and I have to be careful with triggers. Yep. I didn't know that was a trigger until it happened. You know, you don't know.
Because it was upsetting. It was traumatic.
Yeah. It sounded like a bomb went off. That's what it sounded like. And then
That's scary.
one of the I can't explain this exactly properly, but it's one thing to get your PTSD unleashed, but when your anger gets unleashed with it, it makes for bad mojo. It really does, because you people, I hate that connotation. Y'all
Yo.
y'all don't see the angry side of me. You're like, you don't look angry. I'm not. Only when I start thinking about it do I get angry. And then I want to go over there and rip her head off. Especially when she goes and buys a new trampoline,
Bigger one.
a bigger one, which made me really mad.
Well, it can't go through the wall.
Nope, not anymore. But anyway, yeah. I get what is called blackout anger, so I have to be extreme. Is that when you get angry and you do something and then you have no recollection of it? Because if that is what you're talking about, I know about that. But that only happens when someone touches me in the wrong way.
Okay. I was going to say, you don't like to, like if somebody.
No, well, like
Yeah,
when me and Nikolaj started dating, what was the first thing I told you couldn't do? He doesn't remember so long ago. I told him he couldn't playfully do this.
Yeah.
Or
touch your hair. Yeah.
It's not about my hair. It's about this.
Just touching. You don't like somebody in your personal space.
Yeah. If you tap me playfully.
Yeah.
It's like this curtain comes across my eyes, and then when I come to again, I've done something.
Oh.
Defense happens, and yeah. And it's from something else that caused it. So, yeah. So, I have this issue about, and I really don't like strangers touching me in certain ways. It's stupid. All of it's stupid. But anyway. But I've gotten now where when he comes and touches my face, I don't flinch.
Well, no, you have a trust with him.
Yeah, well, it's taken a while to accomplish that, because when he first went to touch my face, just because he was going to stroke my cheek, I would go like that.
Yeah.
But now I don't do that. Now it's like, oh, yes, please keep on touching me. I'm a greedy person now. It's like, yes, don't stop.
Pretty woman.
Oh, yes, indeedy. He's this man. He is so good. And we really get along really well. And hey, are you anywhere near where you can show them what you've been working on?
Yeah.
You want to share?
Nah.
No?
Yeah, we've left him out tonight.
Well, let's show them.
They want to see.
Yeah, they want to see. Let me spotlight this so they can see. I forgot all about you were working on that corner garage.
So far, it looks like this.
Wow, look at that.
Can you spotlight him?
Yeah, I spotlighted.
No, I see you, but I don't see him on my phone.
Oh, come around here so she can see you, babe.
Yeah, there.
Come around here so she can see.
That's nice.
Here. And I can,
here,
of
I'll
course,
get out of the way.
And of course, I can lift up the garage door here. Okay, I have a little issue. Oh, there it is.
Is there a turn? Oh, there is a turn thing on the side.
There's a turn up here.
Oh, that is cool.
Oh, look at the motorcycle in there. Or, no, that's a scooter.
That's a Vespa.
Vespa?
Yeah, they call it Vespa.
Oh.
And of course, there's right here. There's a garage cone. Garage that, as you can see, I can run them up, run them down. Need to remove my GSD here, so you're not gonna snatch it.
Oh, let me go get it.
Cool.
You got to give him to me.
Nah.
What it is I keep stealing his German Shepherd dogs.
Ah,
And I
wonder-
have them
hey,
all in there in the sewing room on this with my Legos.
There's I think it's an old pump here, as you can see from the 50s or something like that.
oh yeah,
That
the
found in,
yeah, the
but-
gas pump.
yeah.
Yes, bump, yeah.
And of course, there's a small tree here,
It's too cute.
and of course, side lights.
So this is going to be more than one story, though, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. I just saw the wrench on the top of the garage.
Yeah, up here.
The tool.
Yeah.
Oh, the tool, yeah.
And of course, outdoors people for the moment, and of course, the little Vespa.
Aw,
That's so cute.
that
There's
is
a
cute.
bigger size of that one too.
Oh,
Like
really?
yeah,
Like as in car build size?
yeah, like that size, big.
Wow.
Did you get the Home Alone
Oh yeah, it's
one
done.
done? It's done.
It's
You didn't
done.
see it?
I did. Do I want to see it or did I
Yeah,
see it?
you want to see it. If you
Yeah,
haven't seen it,
I know.
he can show it to you because it's sitting in here on the table. He hasn't moved it yet. He's gonna put it in the shelf with the rest of those creators. What would you do to sacrifice for that anyway? Ooh, be careful, babe.
It's like have them out for a while and switch them around.
Well, he's going to put it with his creator set. Well, there's a shelf that has like all the creator stuff. Has
Yeah.
to do with the town stuff. That's what he's going to put it with. You want me to hold it while you put it back on there?
It's easy. I can do it here.
Trudy, that's a good idea.
He's really enjoying this. He started feeling better day before yesterday, but I was really sick.
Yeah. Then
He
he
said,
had.
I really want to go do this on the line, but you're sick. I don't want to work on it. It's like, no, baby, sorry.
Aw.
And I said, you could always go in there. No, I promised I would do it on the live. And I'm like, okay.
I just knock out some windows.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah.
He's fixing something he knocked out.
Aw.
Sometimes that happens.
Do they have shows that you can put those in or Lego shows to where people who've made them?
No, I don't think so. But what they do, the shows they have is where people design their own stuff. I took him to
Yeah.
a Lego show in Kissimmee,
Yeah.
which is just outside of Orlando. And some of the stuff we saw in there are like, wow. I couldn't believe my eyes on some of it.
I
What does
know.
he do with all of them? Just display. A lot of them are on shelves in our bedroom, but once we get the sewing room reset,
The classroom, I'm
which
done.
is going to be craft room. I need to start using that term, craft room. There'll be 2 smaller walls that we will be freed up, and he can put shelves on them and put some of them in there. I think I'm going to move this into the craft room so that when I'm on a live, you can see it behind me.
That'd be good.
I won't know until I start getting things switched around whether I can, but if I can move it, then there's space here on this wall to put shelves where he can put some of the Legos on it. And I had this brilliant idea that if we reset this whole living room, this living room actually goes this direction. And I have this I forget what kind of blinds these are called, but they're hanging in the middle of the room to keep the light off my photos from the windows.
Yeah.
You want me to hold it while you? Yeah, here. Let me hold it.
I want to know if he puts lights, adds lights in his sets for the holidays.
I gave him some lights to put in this one.
I haven't attached it yet.
He just hasn't put it on there. You got it?
Wow.
This is how it looks like for the moment. I mean, that's the whole it is.
Here,
Wow.
let me hold it so you can open it.
No, I need to go to the side and here's the side building where there's
Yeah, this is like basement down here, kitchen up here.
Wow.
You want me to hold it while you open the front of it?
yeah, and I can open it like this. And of course, roof could go up like this too.
Oh, that had been fun. I would have had to sit and play with it for a while after I had put it together.
Yeah.
And of course, it's in 3 pieces. Right? I can remove the roof here like this.
Okay.
Here.
You can move that design board over.
I can. It's a lot easier like that. As you can see them. And
Jump for the
Oh,
back.
so you can see
Yep.
inside. Oh, yeah.
And then there's this little turn thing over here.
Oh, that's cute.
See, in the movie, he made this little prop thing that made the bad guys think someone was in the house.
That's right. And he would move it and he'd
Yeah.
go back and forth on the window. And
Yep. And over here it turns too. Right over here.
Yeah.
Move it this way a little bit so she can see it. See?
That's cool.
So it's pretty much right along with what all the tracks he made and stuff. It's all interconnected. And
It's just a garbage can.
want me to hold it while you get it?
Yeah. Geez, I just got. Oh, we got it.
Okay. And it also has a tree house with it, with a zip line that goes from the house to the tree house. But a lot of on the Lego, like on Lego groups, they complain about that zip line being a pain in the butt.
And this is the second room or
Second floor.
second floor where you can see the bathroom is right here.
Uh-huh.
If I could just do like this, it will be like easier. Bedroom and another bedroom here.
Yeah, you have to move it this way a little bit, babe. There you go.
Cool. That's a lot of detail.
Yep.
That one.
I guess you're going to be attacking the Millennium Falcon the next time you come home once we've got room set.
I need to
I know you've got to dismantle it and get all the glass out of it. He hasn't figured out how he's going to get all the glass out of the Millennium Falcon either. Because it was sitting right underneath the window when the window got ripped apart, and the top half of the window got shattered, and it made the beams above the window break. I never seen such as that. It dropped a piece of wood on top of the Millennium Falcon and knocked the whole back end off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he was looking at the damage to see if it had actually broke pieces, it didn't break pieces, but there is little itty bitty pieces of glass all inside of it, all over it.
You know that stuff called silly putty? Remember as a kid, it was a putty.
Yep. That's actually a great idea. Someone also suggested using masking tape. Roll
Yes.
it up and just go.
Yeah. I would take a little paintbrush or whatever and get a box that's so deep
Okay.
and lightly brush it off first to get as much
Yep.
as you could, then go do it in different steps.
I think it might be when we get a really good sunny day this coming summer, we can take it outside on the deck
Oh yeah.
and put like a mat down on a table, and then he can come out because we'll have really excellent light, and we should be able to mess with it that way. And then we won't have glass. Because one of the things I've noticed is we keep finding glass in the bathroom, which means I've been in the sewing room to get something, and it's migrated on my clothes.
There must be a lot in there yet.
There's still a lot in there. And we had already took a lot out, but then every time we move something, we find more of it.
Rita says to use one of those pet hair rolling brushes or lint rollers.
Okay, I do have lint rollers in the house too.
And this is the attic. As you can see, there's a sleeper sofa right here too.
Whoops. It's like, let's just tease you. So anyhow, I don't know if you can
can
you disconnect it part so she can see that part?
Yeah. Give me a sec. I need to get to the table there.
Okay, he's going to show you the kitchen and basement part.
Joan Reed says that she finally caught alive and great job on the Home Alone house. and they says, hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, I'm doing better. I just have this, and I don't have any energy at all. I mean, it's like going to the bathroom and coming
Yeah.
back.
Now, what's that? That's the front part. No, that's the
That's the back part of
back
the
part.
kitchen area.
Yeah.
And I could turn it around, and I could even do like this too. So
It's that's the one that has the two
yeah, this
stories.
is the kitchen area. It's fun.
Can you believe that big old house has that itty bitty kitchen? That's
No,
hilarious.
that's little. You'd think
That's little. You would think that big house had a humongous one.
And they didn't want to cook, I guess.
I guess not.
But this is the basement and a laundry room, and of course with a boiler. But if I could do this,
Oh, wow.
you see, it's like a boiler's running.
Show them that string of lights I found for you to put inside the house.
Here, Lacey.
I had a string of lights that was supposed to be for the sewing machine.
Come here, baby. Come here.
And I thought he might could mount that inside this house.
Come on.
It's caught on the Christmas tree that I need to put away. Oh, it's all the way around it.
Yeah.
Just take the tree down, babe. Because I stuck it up there like that.
Annoying.
Oh my gosh. So I happen to have one of these. It's supposed to be for your sewing machine. I don't know what happened to the little, this LED light is what it is. And it had little sticky things. And I probably will find that in my drawer in there somewhere. But yeah, and it runs off a little battery that I hadn't even messed with. And he probably could mount it inside the house. And then, you know, he's just got to figure out how he's going to do it. And I think you need some small miniature command strips.
This is the tree house.
That goes on the outside then.
Yeah.
Yep. And it has a zip line that hooks to the back of the house.
Yeah.
But I saw some comments made about the zip line being a pain in the butt by Lego builders about it getting tangled up and stuff. So pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it is.
You can, what do you call it? Spotlight. Off spotlight. Okay.
All right, there you go. So that's where we are on the Lego. So probably the next live you can finish up. Do you think you'll be able to finish the garage on the next live?
Yeah.
Probably
close.
Which will be Thursday. But we have a live on Tuesday that we're going to be talking about Greenland on. So yeah, on Thursday the 6th, we'll continue on with that, and I'll start working on a project. And on the 4th, we will be sitting down, going live on that Tuesday, and we'll talk about Greenland. Like I said, we're going to be talking about stories. Anyone want to? Does he add lights at holidays? Sylvia asked. No, we haven't done that yet. Probably because we hadn't thought about it. Math Geek says, or Shelby says, BrickCon.
BrickCon, yeah.
It's this. See, we're sharing this with you because when we're not on a live, and before I even had a YouTube channel, we both spent time in the what is now going to be called the craft room, and he would be on the other side of the cutting table, and I would be at the desk. I would be sewing. He would be building, standing up. And we would be listening to an Audible book. And we would do that for 3 or 4 hours straight, or until I got tired anyway. And, you know, or we would take a break and eat. That's what we did. That's how we spent time together. We weren't in separate rooms, because one of the things that I lacked in my first marriage is we never did anything together with me and my first husband. Nothing.
Yeah.
Or when we did, it was a struggle to do anything with him. This man here, he's easy to get along with, and having him in the same room, he doesn't care as long as he's doing what he loves. He doesn't mind one bit. That is a cute dog.
Oh yeah, she needed some attention.
Yeah,
yours is being quiet tonight.
Yeah, but she's been pacing for the last 10 minutes, so I think she's like, when are you gonna FEED me?
Yeah.
In case you're wondering why I spelled that out, This
It's
dog
'cause
is
she
very smart.
knows.
She knows the words.
I
And she
she'll
also
know,
knows what time of the night it is too.
she'll know the spelling if you do it enough.
Yep.
They end up knowing.
She even knows when I don't know if she'll do anything. She also knows what WALK stands for.
Yep.
And we were on a roll. I was going for a 30-minute one every day with her, me and him and her, getting back out, getting active again. And then I got sick.
Oh,
We got sick.
Yeah.
So we haven't been out the door since.
yeah.
Actually, you've been out the door. I'm the one that hasn't been out the door. He went to the store today. But I am not, my immune system's too low to be going anywhere near people.
Yeah.
So can't risk it. Anyway, did you want to share anything you were working on?
Who?
You.
Me? Oh, I'm just working on a block swap that I'm doing. I'll show you the picture.
Hang on, let me spotlight you.
They're easy to make, quilting on.
Oh, that's
Pretty
basic
basic.
block. 15.5 by 15. That's a nice size block too. Wow.
Yeah. And so I have 12 of them I have to make. So I was making half square triangles.
I would be using half square triangle paper to get that done fast.
Well, I have what is this?
Oh, you got
Which I probably should have done. The slotted trimmer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm using that.
What
So
is the slots for? I have one. I just haven't found it yet. What are the slots for?
Yeah, it takes the dog ears off.
Oh, is that what they're for?
Yeah, that
Okay.
you go ahead and trim it while it's folded yet. And then you can, and then it comes out like this to where perfect in size then.
That's cool.
So
I thought I could trick mine by changing from restroom time to need to go to the washroom. Haha, did not work. They knew their animals are not dumb at all. Rita says, oh, good grief. One of my dogs just came in here. Guess he figured the fat quarters I have been ironing is a good blanket. He took some and now he's laying on them. Haha.
oh, how sweet.
Okay, so I know I didn't sew tonight, which I didn't think I would because I have no
Energy.
Yeah, I want to lay down to what I want to do. Anyway, I will be posting these links. Stay tuned for Sherry and I's collab this month, along with the premiere. I will be announcing when the premiere hits in the community tab, and she'll be advertising it over on her end too. One other thing is, did I put you in the bot? Let me see if I did. If not, I gotta go hunt your channel link. No, I must not have done it. Oh, nope, there it is.
Nope, I'm there.
Any of you who have not been to her channel, go over there, click on this link, go over there, subscribe to her channel, and when you have a chance in the next day or so, go watch her videos that she's already put up. Give her some of those watch hours, share the love. When you watch her videos, make sure to comment below and like it. One of the things that matters to our channels is liking and commenting.
Yeah.
They're even more important. See, there's 3 things that work together in tandem: watching videos, commenting, and liking. Those 3 things is what keeps our videos in the queue through YouTube. And if these things don't happen enough, then we kind of get drifted out of that. So our videos won't get shown as much. So if you'll do those 3 things, because you can like and comment while you're watching a video at the same time. I mean, just a couple minutes.
Yep.
Couple seconds.
I got to like this one tonight.
Yeah, I'll go back and like it from my other YouTube. I even like when someone comments on my videos.
Yeah.
No, they take the time to comment. I'm going to answer.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I always answer comments. I never ignore anyone's comments.
Yeah. Me too.
Melanie says she just subbed to your channel this morning.
Well,
Yay.
thank you. Yes, I remember her saying that she did. I appreciate that.
And Andrea says that Sherry put up a new video today and she's going to watch it now.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
about long arming. I showed a little bit of the process. If you want to fast forward through any part of it, I can understand, but yeah, I showed the process of how I was loading a quilt, and then I quilted the heart table runner that we'd worked on before. So
I'll make sure I watch that video tonight too and comment on it.
okay.
All right.
Thank
So
you.
I'm going to stop the video in just a minute. I guess what I need to do so you guys will know what's going to be upcoming for February is I'll make a small writing in the community tab and over on the Facebook group the dates of what's going to happen when, so you can see it. Maybe
That'd be good.
Or make a calendar through Canva and share the graphic. I don't know how hard it is for people to see the graphic in their phones though. So there's that. So maybe I can write it and share the graphic or something. So you'll know what we're doing each month. I'll do a once a month calendar and stick it in there along with write out the schedule so you have it. I also shared the link to my blog so you can go over and see the whole plan. Yeah, so there's that. And yeah, so sorry. Thank you for coming to my live tonight. I'm sorry I'm coughing and we didn't sew because I don't feel good. But I wanted to say hi to y'all and at least tell you what I'll be working on, because tomorrow morning I have to get up early.
Yeah, you're going to need a little bit of rest tonight. Really.
Yeah, and I need to at least cut my background, get the background stuff cut for the courthouse stairs. Unless I decide to cut them on the live, I don't know.
Yeah, you could cut part of it and not
Yeah,
all of it.
Enough
just
for
a
one
few-
block, 2 blocks.
Right.
At least do that. Come here. Ugh. And someone wants to say hi.
Hey, look at Lacey. That's
Look.
Nora. See?
There's a doggy over there. Anyway, thank you for coming to the live tonight. Remember to live, laugh, love, dream. And what do you do from all that? You create something. And also, just take care of yourself. This sickness, whatever it is I heard it. There's this same sickness is going around in the United States. So whatever it is, make sure you get plenty of rest, drink a lot, and you need to take care of keeping the fever under control, because the fever is what makes it the hardest. So just, take care of each other and help each other. And hey, Sean, I'm about to shut this thing down. So anyway, thank you for coming to my live tonight. Take care of y'allself. Love you guys, and I'll see you on the next live.
Good night.
Sing what? No.
What?
A yellow submarine. You are so naughty. Good night, everyone. Don't hang up on the. Yeah. I need to
Good
ask.
night.
Good night, everyone. Have a great one. Take care of yourself. See you tomorrow morning with Sean. You are so funny. No, I'm never going to get that song out of my head.
Now Nora's talking.
Yep, I knew she was going to. You're going to have to wait a minute.